Defining innovation is incredibly important. The way you do it is you think about the ability to create a robust, scalable capability that is new to an industry or a category, and that has the ability to be leveraged over time, again and again and again.
Hey Larry, thanks for being over here. You make pretty some bold statements. You says innovation tradecraft, brainstorming is damaging. Why do you say so?
Brainstorming is one of the few practices that everyone starts by assuming is essential to innovation. Where that's rooted, of course, is in the presumption that the scarce resource in innovation is creativity. But that is just a myth. Most firms, certainly L&T, have vastly more ideas than they have the resources to pursue. So the issue is not to generate more ideas, but rather to figure out how to identify the deep structure of the problems you need to solve in a more profound way. I believe that all great teams benefit from having an immersion environment where they are steeped in what's already known about a problem, and then the ability to identify the place to focus their talent and their time to advance the frontier of that particular problem next. That's not really about brainstorming. It is true, Samir, that sometimes you want to have an idea that's a little bit unexpected. And there are ways to make sure that that happens, but brainstorming is one of the weakest, and it tends to create a really bad wheat to chaff ratio.
So Larry, how do you define innovation, especially for R&D and engineering firms?
So defining innovation is incredibly important. The way you do it is you think about the ability to create a robust, scalable capability that is new to an industry or a category, and that has the ability to be leveraged over time, again and again and again. That helps you to create platform-level innovations rather than brittle, little, simple ideas.
Innovation is a method-driven exercise. What are the key tenets for anyone to innovate?
An important question that's been asked forever is, are there special characteristics of innovative people? And while I think it's really important to have curiosity and really important to be brave, not necessarily fearless, but brave, it's mostly important to be respectful of the other colleagues that bring other dimensions of the problem, and to be able to live inside of a set of practices like doctors do. We're going to go from this condition to this condition to this condition. We're going to try in a systematic way the things that are most likely to get us a better outcome. So to a very large extent, Samir, the thing that really pays off is for the organization to have a shared methodology to be able to deal with a complicated situation in a way that everyone consciously shares a sort of commitment to. That makes the biggest progress on tough things most reliably.
Hey Larry, we at LTTS are engineering products, leveraging technology stacks that can help describe solutions to the world for the future. In your opinion, how important is technology and its implementation for innovation?
It should come as no surprise to anyone at L&T that technology, and indeed the exact phrase you used, a technology stack, is in fact essential for creating something that's functionally elegant. It's how we change the world now. As I like to say to people in their 40s, the greatest gift that they gave the world was buying their kids a whole bunch of Lego building bricks and teaching them how to build anything from Lego building bricks, because that's now how the world works. We build anything new by building on top of known pieces of functional elegance that are interoperable, and that's what a tech stack is all about. I have personally deconstructed the tech stacks of most of the valuable companies in the world to specifically understand what they're using technology for. And it's just beautiful when you learn to see the world that way. And of course, it's thrilling when you have the kinds of talent that L&T has that can construct the world that way. It's how we get complicated things to happen in a way that's robust. If you tried to do it by inventing everything from a blank piece of paper, you would add decades of developmental work and hundreds of millions of dollars in unnecessary cost. And at the day you launched, you would get inundated with patent lawsuits for everything that you unintentionally infringed. Using a tech stack and building it from robust known modules is how we make anything really work now.
You talk about innovation and its methods. How can we build a culture of innovation in an organization?
So I get this question all the time. I get it literally once a month or more often from a major CEO of a huge company somewhere in the world, and I usually invite them to lay down until the feeling goes away, because it really isn't fundamentally about building a culture. That's a misframing. That's a mistake. When you commit to it as a culture shift problem, you're going to spend millions of dollars and decades of wasted time. Here's what actually works. Instead of seeing it as I want to change the culture, see it as what are the mechanisms I need to install. This is not a hard thing to explain to a group of engineers. Some mechanisms work wonderfully, and mechanisms that are well lubricated work better. You need to see it as how can I lubricate innovation? My organization already innovates, but I'd like it to happen more reliably, I'd like it to happen more efficiently, I'd like it to happen with less friction. That's a system of removing constraints and rewarding results. So if you stop thinking about it as a culture and start thinking about it as what do I need to instill and what do I need to reward, I promise you, you will get much faster progress, more reliably, in creating the kind of enterprise that reliably delivers bold outcomes.
What's one critical message you would want to share with organizations and leaders embarking on their mission to innovate?
Well, think of what a privilege it is to be asked to innovate in a time of great change. It's also terrifying, but if you accept the fact that it's a privilege, that you've been invited to work with your customers, to help them be more confident and curious and courageous about changing the rate of change in a world that's changing amazingly rapidly, then you will begin to have the right sense of awe and importance. And with awe and importance comes humility, so that you don't think you have all the answers, and instead you constantly ask the question, how can I be better at this? What is it I don't yet know that I need to get better at so I can serve the great customers that I'm partnering with to help them get their innovation challenges to happen at the pace that they need, with the sophistication and reliability that they need. It's a wonderful thing to be able to be in a position to do that in a time of great change.
Larry, one technology that you're excited about?
Predictive analytics.
What's the biggest innovation that you have been excited about?
Microprocessors and everything that came downstream from there.
An inventor or an innovator you admire the most?
My heroes are all scientists, so all the way back to Leonardo da Vinci. I'm an engineer at heart. I'm an unbelievable enthusiast about material sciences and about the processes that allow us to do hard things routinely and reliably.